You know that feeling? You sit down at a restaurant, menu in hand, and instead of just excitement, there's this little, maybe uncertainty.
Oh, definitely. Especially if English isn't your first language or you're just a new place.
Exactly. It's not just about figuring out what julienne means. It's the whole interaction, right?
Yeah.
Getting the server's attention politely, knowing what's expected.
It's the whole social dance.
Yeah.
And it's a situation where you really want to feel comfortable. You just want to enjoy your meal.
Totally. So for this deep dive, we're tackling that exact thing. We've got this fantastic guide, really comprehensive, aimed at helping English learners navigate restaurants confidently. We're basically pulling out the best bits, the absolute essentials, communication tricks, cultural pointers, so you can walk into anywhere, a casual cafe or even somewhere quite fancy and feel like you've got it handled.
Yeah, our mission here is to give you that shortcut.
Yeah.
Help you feel informed, feel empowered when you're eating out. We want to take away that potential stress and just make it a better experience.
Okay, let's dive right in. The guide kicks off with something absolute fundamental, particularly in, many English-speaking cultures, in a service context. Politeness.
It sounds basic, but it's huge.
It really is.
There's often this undercurrent of maybe indirectness as politeness. It's not just about efficiency, it's showing respect. And using a few key words makes a big difference.
The guide calls them the magic words. Simple stuff. Please. Thank you. Or thanks, more casual.
Right.
Excuse me. And sorry, or I apologize. Even just adding please, like instead of table for two, saying a table for two, please. It lands differently.
It absolutely does. And you use them constantly. Could I see the menu, please? Could I get some water, please? Saying thank you when they bring something. Thanks so much for the food. It's expected, really. Shows consideration.
Okay, what about flagging down a server? How do you do that without feeling, awkward or rude?
Right. The guide says the best way is usually eye contact. Just try and catch their eye. If they're across the room, maybe a very slight, subtle hand raise. Not frantic waving.
Yeah, not like you're hailing a cab.
Exactly. And once they're closer, a simple, polite, excuse me, should do it.
And the guide points out what not to do, right? Which is interesting.
Yeah, things like snapping your fingers or shouting, waiter, across the room. That's generally seen as pretty impolite these days. Might have been okay in old movies, but not now.
Comes across as demanding.
Very demanding, yeah. Not respectful.
And look, sometimes you just won't understand. The music's loud or there's a weird word on the menu.
Happens all the time.
And the guide stresses, it's totally okay. Don't feel bad about not understanding something.
Absolutely. And it gives you phrases for exactly that. Things like, sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you repeat it, please?
That's useful.
Very. Or if you see a word like braised and have no idea, just ask, what does braised mean? Or maybe, could you explain this dish a bit more?
Or just about the flavor profile.
Yeah, what kind of flavors does it have? And if they're talking too fast, which can happen, just say, I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. Could you speak a bit slower, please? It's a perfectly fine request.
Okay, great. So politeness covered, asking for clarification covered, you're inside. What about getting the table in the first place? Making a reservation? When is that actually needed?
Good question. Generally for dinner, especially at popular spots or more upscale restaurants, it's highly recommended.
Especially weekends.
Oh, definitely weekends, holidays for sure. Sometimes it's absolutely required. For more casual places, maybe lunch, maybe off-peak times, walking in might be fine. But for dinner, better safe than sorry.
And the guide has a little script for calling, which is super helpful.
Yeah, it walks you through. You'd start with something like, hello, I'd like to make a reservation, please.
Simple enough.
Then they'll ask the key info, what day, what time, how many people.
Right.
And they'll need your name, usually a phone number too.
For confirmation or if they need to reach you.
Exactly. And they'll confirm back, like, okay, your name, you're set for Saturday at 7 p.m. for 2 people. See you then.
Nice. Being clear up front helps.
Definitely. And the guide mentions online systems too, which are everywhere now. Often much easier. You can see the available times.
True. Very convenient. Okay, so reservation made, or maybe you're just trying your luck walking in. You arrive. What's the drill?
Look for the host or hostess stand, usually right near the entrance.
Got it.
If you have a reservation, tell them straight away. Hello, I have a reservation for 2 under the name Smith at 7 p.m.
Clear and direct.
They'll check their list, then usually take you to your table or let you know if it's just being prepared.
And if you don't have one, just winging it.
Just approach the host and say, hello, a table for 2, please, or however many people. If they're busy, they might say there's a wait and give you an estimate, like it'll be about a 20-minute wait.
And then you decide if you want to wait.
Exactly. Or they might ask if you have a preference. Would you prefer inside or on the patio, if they have both?
Right, so you get seated. What about menus? Sometimes they're there, sometimes not.
If they're not on the table or the host didn't hand them to you, just ask politely when the server comes by, or even catch the host's eye again. Excuse me, could we have the menus, please?
And there might be different ones.
Yeah, that's a good point. Often there's the main food menu, but maybe a separate drinks list, or a dessert menu they bring later. Sometimes specials too.
So you can ask for those specifically.
Absolutely. Do you have a drinks menu? Are there any specials tonight? Or sometimes the server will tell you the specials when they first greet you.
Okay, speaking of the server greeting you, what's typical?
They'll usually come over pretty soon after you sit down. Might be something like, "Hi folks, welcome. My name's Alex. I'll be looking after you. Can I get you started with some drinks?"
Or maybe just ready for drinks or need a minute.
Exactly. Something along those lines.
Perfect. Let's talk drinks then. Ready to order. What do you say?
If you know what you want, pretty straightforward. "Yes, I'll have a lemonade, please." Or, "Could I get a glass of the house red?"
And water. That seems like a common one.
It is. Good to specify tap water if you just want the free stuff.
Yeah.
Or you could ask for bottled water, and they might ask sparkling or still.
Right, because bottled usually costs extra.
Usually, yes. And asking for lemon with your tap water is super common. "Could I have tap water with lemon, please?"
What if you're just not ready, still deciding between the Chardonnay and the Sauvignon Blanc?
Totally fine. Just say, "We need another minute with the drinks menu, please." Or, "Not quite ready yet. Could you give us a moment?" No pressure.
And if you want a recommendation, maybe you're not sure what beer they have.
Good scenario. You can ask, "What beers do you have on tap?" Or maybe, "Do you have any interesting non-alcoholic cocktails?"
Oh, for wine?
Yeah. "Which red wine would you suggest with the pasta?" Or just generally, "What's a nice crisp white wine you have by the glass?"
Okay, drinks sorted. Now, the main event, the food menu. They can be elaborate.
They can. Let's break down the typical sections you'll see.
Good idea.
You usually have appetizers, or it's sometimes called starters, smaller dishes first,
Right.
then maybe soups and salads, then the main event, main courses or entrees.
Ah, the entree confusion.
Exactly. In American English, entree is the main dish. In other places like the UK or France, it might mean the starter. So context is key.
Good flag. What else?
You'll see sides or side dishes, things like fries, veggies that go with the main, and then, of course, desserts and beverages or drinks listed again.
And the guide really encourages asking questions, right? Don't just guess.
Please ask. It avoids disappointment. You can ask basic stuff like, "What exactly is the chef's special?" Or "What comes with the grilled salmon?"
Okay.
If you're worried about spiciness, definitely ask, "Is the curry very spicy?" Or about preparation. "How is the chicken prepared? Is it fried or baked?"
What about just getting a better picture of the dish?
Yeah, could you tell me a bit more about the lasagna? What's in it? Or if you're stuck, what do you recommend is always a good one. Or what's really popular?
And dietary needs are crucial here.
Absolutely critical.
Yeah.
Is this dish vegetarian? Is it gluten-free? Does the sauce contain dairy? Ask directly.
Okay, you've braved the menu, made your choices. Time to actually order the food.
The server will come back, probably ask, "Are you ready to order?" Or, "Have you decided?"
And you say,
"Yes, we're ready." Then usually people order one by one, phrases like, "I'd like the steak, please," or "I'll have the fish and chips," or "Could I get the Caesar salad?" All perfectly fine.
what if you're getting a starter and a main?
You can say it together. "For my starter, I'll have the soup, and then for my main, I'd like the chicken."
Smooth. Now, steak, that's a whole mini conversation, isn't it?
It really is. If
Yep.
you order steak, they will ask how you want it cooked. You need to know the terms.
Okay, lay them on us.
Rare is coolest, very red inside. Medium rare is warm, red center. Medium warm, pink center. Medium well is just a little bit of pink. And well done is cooked all the way through, no pink.
Got it. Knowing your preference is key there.
Definitely. Otherwise, it's a gamble.
And sometimes dishes come with choices, like sides or salad dressings.
Yeah, the server will prompt you. "That comes with fries or baked potato. Which would you prefer?"
And you just say which one.
Exactly. "I'll have the fries, please." Same with salad dressing. They'll list the options. We have ranch, Italian, or balsamic vinaigrette. You just pick one. "Italian, please."
And if you're still not ready to order food,
Same as with drinks. Just ask politely for more time. "Could we have another minute or two, please?"
perfect. Now, special requests and dietary needs, super important to get this right.
Crucial. Clarity is everything. especially with allergies. Be very direct. I have a severe peanut allergy. Does this dish contain any peanuts or peanut oil?
Don't be shy about it.
Absolutely not. Or, could you please make sure there's no shellfish in my meal? I'm highly allergic. For preferences, is the soup vegetarian? Or do you have any vegan entrees? Simple requests are usually fine too, like, could I get the sauce on the side, please?
Or maybe swapping a side.
Yeah, could I substitute the fries for the steamed vegetables? Most places are happy to accommodate if they can. Just ask politely.
Okay, food arrives, looks amazing. You take a bite. What's next?
Usually the server will swing by after a few minutes, a check back.
Right.
They'll ask something like, how is everything tasting? Or, is everything okay for you?
And if it's good.
A simple, everything's delicious, thank you. Or, it's great, thanks, is perfect.
But if there is a problem, that's the time to mention it.
Yes, definitely. Don't wait until the end of the meal. If something's wrong, mention it politely during that check back.
And what if you need something mid-meal? More water, another fork.
Catch your server's eye again. Use that polite, excuse me. Then just state what you need. Excuse me, could we get some more water, please? Or, excuse me, could I have some ketchup? Same for ordering another round of drinks.
Okay, but what if something is actually wrong? They brought you chicken instead of fish, or the steak is way overcooked.
Right, problems happen. Key is polite but clear, and address it quickly.
So what would you say?
Excuse me, I think there might be a mistake. I ordered the fish, but this looks like the chicken. Or for the steak example. Excuse me, I asked for medium rare, but this seems closer to well done. Would it be possible to, ask for it to be redone if it's really off?
Or a missing item.
Excuse me, I also ordered a side of onion rings, and they haven't arrived yet. Just point it out calmly. Good restaurants want to fix it.
Good point. On the flip side, if everything is fantastic, food's amazing, service is great.
Oh, definitely say so. Servers appreciate hearing it. Just tell them, this pasta is absolutely wonderful. Or, everything was delicious, thank you. If you want to really praise the food, please give my compliments to the chef. The soup was outstanding.
Nice touch.
Yeah, or just a general, we really enjoyed the meal, thank you, as they're clearing plates.
Okay, main course done. Plates might be cleared. What about the next stage, dessert? Coffee.
Often, putting your knife and fork together on the plate signals you're finished. The server will usually notice and ask, are you finished with your mains? Or, can I clear these for you?
And then they might offer dessert.
Exactly. They might ask, would you like to see the dessert menu? Or, can I interest you in any coffee or tea?
And you can say yes, ask for the menu, order a specific coffee like a cappuccino or an espresso.
Right. Or you can say, no thank you, just the bill please, if you're ready to wrap up.
Ah, the bill. Or the check. How do you ask for that?
Making eye contact and doing that little signing in the air gesture often works.
The universal sign.
Pretty much. Or just verbally, excuse me, could we have the bill please? Or could we get the check please?
Bill in the UK, check more in the US.
Generally, yeah. But most people understand both.
And when it arrives, quick scan for errors is probably wise.
Always a good idea. Mistakes happen. If you see something wrong, just point it out politely. Excuse me, I think we were charged for 2 coffees, but we only had 1.
Okay, now the moment of truth, paying.
Right. They might ask how you want to pay, or bring the card machine. Just tell them, I'll pay by card, or we'll pay with cash.
What about splitting it if you're with friends?
You can ask, could we split the bill evenly is easiest, or could we pay separately? They can sometimes be trickier for them, depending on the system, but you can always ask.
And the actual transaction, card versus cash.
Card is usually straightforward now with portable machines. Insert or tap, maybe enter a PIN. For cash, you put it in the folder they brought the bill in. If you need change, they'll bring it back.
What if you have exact cash, including tip?
You can just hand it over or leave it and say, that's all set, thank you. Or if you want them to keep the extra, keep the change, thank you.
Which brings us to tipping. The often confusing part.
It really varies. The guide emphasizes that in the U.S., tipping is very customary, almost expected.
Right, because of how servers are paid.
Exactly. So 15–20% of the pre-tax bill is standard for good service there. You add it on the card slip or leave cash.
But elsewhere it's different.
In many places like the UK, Australia, New Zealand, it's less expected. Maybe a smaller percentage, maybe just rounding up, or only for really outstanding service. Sometimes the service charge is already included, especially for larger groups.
So you could ask.
You could politely ask, is service included? Though it's not common to ask that in the U.S. In the U.S., if paying by card, you'll see the receipt has a line for tip, and then total. You fill those in.
Got it. Almost done. Leaving the restaurant.
Just as simple thank you and goodbye as you leave. Definitely say it to the host or hostess by the door. They'll usually reply with, thanks for coming. Have a great night.
Okay, that covers the standard sit-down restaurant really well. But the guide also talks about different types of places, right? Like fast food.
Yeah, communication is different there. Much quicker, more direct.
How so?
You order at a counter. The cashier might just say, hi, what can I get for you? Or ready to order. You give your order clearly.
And they ask standard questions.
Yep. The classic for here or to go, meaning eating in or taking away, or want fries with that. Make it a meal.
And you pay right away.
Pay immediately. Then they might give you an order number to wait for or just hand you the food. And tipping, generally not expected in fast food.
Okay. What about casual dining, like a pub that serves food or a family restaurant?
It's mostly like the main process we discussed, table service, ordering, etc. But the atmosphere is more relaxed.
Language might be a bit less formal.
Probably, yeah. One thing is, sometimes in very casual places, you might seat yourself. If you're unsure, just ask someone working there, excuse me, do we just find a table or should we wait to be seated?
Good tip. Avoids awkward hovering. And the other end, fancy places, fine dining.
Ah, yes. Expect more formality. Service is more attentive, maybe more elaborate.
Language too?
Yes, both staff and customers might use slightly more formal language. Think, could I or may I instead of just can I, although can I is usually fine. The others sound a bit more polished. You might be addressed as sir or madam.
Anything else specific to fine dining?
Dress code. Some places have one. Worth asking when you book. Is there a dress code? Also, they might have a sommelier, a wine expert.
Ah, right.
You can ask them for wine recommendations, even subtly hint at a price range if you need to. Service might be course by course. But tipping rules often still apply, that 15-20% in the U.S., unless a service charge is clearly added to the bill.
Wow, okay. Lots of nuances. The guide also has a vocabulary list, a cheat sheet.
It does, and it looks really useful. Broken down into categories.
Like what?
People. Server, waiter, waitress, host, bartender, chef, manager, customer, guest. Items. Menu, bill check, receipt, cutlery, silverware, plate, glass, napkin, serviette, food terms, appetizer, starter, main course, entree, dessert, side dish, beverage, drink.
Descriptive words, too.
Yeah, flavors like spicy, sweet, sour, salty, cooking methods, grilled, fried, baked, baked doneness, well done, medium rare. And then common questions, ones you might ask and ones the staff might ask you. Really handy for prep.
It sounds incredibly useful. And finally, the guide wraps up with some confidence tips. Any key takeaways there?
Yeah, some good reminders. Prepare a little, maybe look at the menu online first.
Reduces the in-the-moment pressure.
Exactly. Listen actively to the server. Speak clearly, not too fast. And the big one, don't be afraid to ask if you're unsure.
Seriously, that seems to be the recurring theme.
It is. Use nonverbal cues if needed, like pointing. Practice helps. The more you do it, the easier it gets. Be patient with yourself. And remember to try and enjoy the actual meal.
This has been incredibly practical. It really shows how knowing these communication strategies can genuinely make dining out less stressful and more fun.
Totally. It's not just about ordering food. It's about navigating a social situation smoothly. And that applies whether you're traveling or just exploring different restaurants in an English-speaking area.
It really opens things up, doesn't it? It makes you feel more capable.
Absolutely. And mastering these little interactions, it kind of makes you wonder what other everyday situations could benefit from this kind of deep dive, where understanding the unspoken rules and having the right phrases can make a real difference.
That's a great thought, like navigating public transport in a new city. Or maybe even small talk at social events.
Exactly. The potential for applying these communication skills is huge, something definitely worth thinking about.